Hello, Pi.
Pylorzian just boosted
it's
look outside.
you! Hi!
Multi-Dark Samuses is first. Pylorzian just boosted Andromeda. Mass Effect.
Shall banish the endless winter.
Good day to you, partner.
Look, Hoagie, it's a hamster. Just what I need for dissection lab tomorrow.
Multi-Dark Samuses just you boosted Rogue Trader. Multi-Dark Samuses just you boosted Andromeda. Multi-Dark Samuses just you boosted Darken Age.
Greetings!
Hey,
Jockeyler's just boosted Wave. Jockeyler's just boosted Fountain. Jockeyler's just boosted Mutant Year Zero. Vocal underscore Boga just boosted Com. Vocal underscore Boga just boosted W3. Vocal underscore Boga just boosted Plot
what my builders built, and I
Oh,
must
it's
follow
you!
my logic.
Hi!
Hello everybody, happy Monday. Summoner? No, I did a Monday stream of it, a single stream. As part of Critical Hits, it's not selected yet. It needs to be boosted and voted on. This game is Hope Punk. Welcome Pi, Multi, Trollo, Jatlers, Bogu, Thor, Jair, Prince Ash, all the lurkers. Welcome Mr. Pie and coffee. Okay, that's not funny. I thought maybe I could come back, you know, make a comeback
forget to
with
drink
another
water.
smart nickname for you, like Kitten Mittens, but no, Pie and coffee doesn't really work. It's not funny. I'm sorry. I failed. Hey Mathel, welcome in. How are you doing? How is everyone doing? Good to see you all. Thank you for joining me. Well, we have a problem, chat. So critical this game, I would say take no more than 2 days to finish. Okay, so let's talk about possible scenarios. So we are going to take a look at this game. Thor said, well, first of all, Thor gifted me this game. Thank you so much, Thor, for gifting me the game. I really appreciate it. Thor had nominated this game to Critical Hits a while ago, and it has been getting, you know, boosts and supports. However, Thor said maybe we could take a look at it as a Monday stream, like a sneak peek, and determine if the game actually belongs in Critical Hits or if we want to move it outside. So with that in mind, hey dude, welcome in. Happy Monday. Good to see you as well. So if
I will
this
come
game...
to you when Mother Saluna deems the moment is right.
So today we are going to decide if we want to keep this game in Critical Hits or if we want to move it outside. And you know... I'm not particularly looking for more playtime ever, but I would like to try to go 100% with one ending. So with those in mind, if this game is moved after we decide today, if this game is moved outside of Critical Hits, since it's a short game, I will probably continue and finish it in the next few days. But it's not going to be Critical Hits anymore, and we are going to have to think about Citizen Sleeper 2 in the same way. If we decide to keep this in Critical Hits, I will not want to go far in the game today. And since this is a short game, if we kept it in Critical Hits, as soon as it reached the top 4, I would play it automatically. I wouldn't put it in a poll. I would just select it and play it. But it still needs to get to top 4 for that to happen. So if this is like a 7-hour game, I don't want to play 6 hours today and leave the rest for a year later when this gets selected. That's not fun. So we need to decide if we want to keep this in Critical Hits within 2 or 3 hours, chat. It's important. And the way we are gonna do that... Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Thank you. I do have coffee. Cheers. So to do that, Critical Hits mainly belongs to RPGs. Hey Parrot, welcome. RPGs and games with at least substantial RPG elements. But if this game is mainly adventure with light RPG elements, we could always move it out of the system and just remove it from Critical Hits and play it like that. And then we are gonna have to decide the same for Citizen Sleeper 2. For example, as reference, Quest for Glory 1 through 5 would not belong in Critical Hits because they are mainly adventure games with RPG elements, but you know, RPG elements as in classes and stats, but they mainly influence your ability to solve puzzles. and then there is combat, right? So it's, I would say, RPG, light RPG elements in an adventure game. So for example, Council would be an adventure game with RPG elements because you can gain specific skills through your build, but I wouldn't call it an RPG. But for example, Disco Elysium, even though there is no combat, it has huge RPG elements, even though it's mostly exploration and dialogue and skill checks. I would say it's RPG, so it definitely belongs in critical hits. So I guess there is no one single defining, definition for critical hits, but we are gonna have to decide together, chat, and we need to do it in a few hours to not go too deep into the game. You say this is an RPG in the same way Disco Elysium is, but this game leans even more on the adventure game side. So for example, I have also considered Game Deck to be a critical hits game, even though it leans heavily on the adventure game side. I think it does have substantial RPG elements to it. But I guess if we start taking out games like Citizen Sleeper, maybe we can take out Game Deck as well. RPG, if you can't decide, you can keep playing, finish, but keep it in the system for resurrection later. See, that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to allow shortcut selections for unselected critical hits games. I only want to allow that for resurrection. However, if I keep it in the system, I don't want to finish it, but since it's a short game, I would select it automatically once it reaches top 4. I think that's the compromise. RPG elements of this game kind of fade away after a few hours. This has 5 billion, Citizen Sleeper has 4. Okay, so that's... I don't know. What should we do then? I guess we first take a look at the game for a couple of hours. So I think today is going to be a short stream anyway. I don't want to go 7 hours again. I've been doing some really late streams the last 2 weeks. Trying to finish Cyberpunk and then Nox. So I think I want to just end early today, maybe 3-4 hours. And then get some extra rest, because I don't want to burn myself out before next week. Next week is gonna be the Quest for Glory Marathon. I'm gonna go like 8-10 hours, if whenever possible, and it's gonna be tiring as it is. So maybe even 7 days marathon. So it's gonna be tiring. So I don't want to tire myself out this week. You don't want, yeah, that's true, but I especially don't want to burn myself out today and next 2 days. And early today, and I may even take the next 2 days off. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I have a little bit of a headache. I feel tired. I think I feel the tiredness of pushing Cyberpunk and Nox finally. And I think I want to get some extra rest. So we are gonna do a couple of hours or 3 hours today, and hopefully you'll be around still by then, those of you who have played the game or those of you who are interested in the game, and we can together decide if you want to keep this in critical hits or if you want to take it out and just finish it. So hope that sounds good for you. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Prince. Thanks everyone for understanding and support. Let's do the early boosts, and then we can jump into the game and analyze the game. Look outside. What is this here? Andromeda. Daggerfall.
No!
Parrotwise just musted Might and Magic 8, Day of the Destroyer.
Andromeda. Dragon Age.
Prince_Robot just boosted Iceland Dale.
So since today is going to be a short game, a short stream,
Prince_Robot just boosted Ultima Under.
if you're interested in boosting,
just
boost
Dagger.
sooner than later. Because you may not have the opportunity later.
Parrotwise just zoosted Look Outside.
3.
Draconic Dude just boosted Zoria. Draconic Dude just boosted Solasta. Draconic Dude just boosted Dink Smallwood.
Nighttime
Nope.
Magic.
Thor Obliterator just musted Saga 2. Thor Obliterator just musted Waste 2.
Grim Dawn.
Moo.
Thor Obliterator just musted Hongmu.
Icewind Dale. Underworld. Daggerfall. Outside. Oops. Zuria. Solasta. Saga 2. Slam 2. Hong Kong. Thank you for the boosts, Thor, Dude, Parrots, Prince, Jer, Bogu, Jadler, Smulty, and Pi. And if you are not up to date, maybe you missed, but we finished Nox yesterday. We concluded the poll. And even before that,
The world is only cruel when the cruel are allowed to rule.
as we were playing Cyberpunk, we did a Monday stream of Diablo, then did Nox. We decided to count them as resurrections. So they became game 60 and 61, and once we finished Nox, the poll result was that Rogue Trader won, so it's gonna be game number 62. Next week we are not gonna do it the regular schedule, we are gonna do the Quest for Glory Marathon, so we are gonna start
Draven
Rogue
just
Trader
boosted U8.
In 2 weeks.
Draven
Hey
just
Draven,
boosted
welcome in.
U8. Draven just boosted
How are you doing?
W8.
So we are gonna be starting Rogue Trader in 2 weeks on Friday. I think it's 28
I will
or something.
defend my dream.
And Wizardry 8. Thank you for the boosts, Draven. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I am very excited as well. Yeah, very, very excited. Ursula Ivir's favorite, my favorite for sure. Yeah, I'm excited for the marathon. I'm excited for it for multiple reasons. I'm really gonna be happy to show you the game or play the game for you. A second time, but for the first time for most of you because I played it so early. Quest for Glory. Like we played those games January 2022, almost 4 years ago. February, going into February, and if the welcome Marto, good to see you. You've never seen the games, so you're in for a treat. They are some of my all-time favorite games.
Marto_Varna just boosted.
And if the
Victor
marathon
Brand.
lasts longer than Quest for Glory games, we are going to do the spiritual successors. We are gonna do Quest for Infamy, we are gonna do Heroine's Quest, we are gonna do Mage's Initiation, and if the marathon
Marto_Varna just
lasts
boosted
even
Moon
longer,
Gear
we are
Zero.
gonna
There
play a
is
game.
DLC. Why does your list says there is no DLC? Marto_Varna just boosted.
Because
Stinky.
I don't have the DLC. That's what it says, Marto. It says I don't have the DLC. We are gonna play a game that I haven't played on stream before. That is Hero U, Rogue to Redemption. It's mostly more of an adventure game by the makers of Quest for Glory. And I didn't think I would play it as part of Quest for Glory Spiritual Successors back then because it's different. And honestly, it's not as good in my opinion. But if the marathon lasts, we are gonna play that as well. So I'm really excited. Really excited. Let's do the Marto boosts. Marto, watch me add your boosts. Then don't complain that I'm not adding your boosts. Watch closely because I know you never watch and then complain. Just like a Balkan. Yeah. They never discounted DLC, it's expensive. I don't know, maybe if it gets closer to getting selected, I will at some point grab it, but I'm okay without the DLC. Thank you for the boost, Smarter. Okay, let's take a look at Citizen Sleeper then. Wow, Marzo, wow. I don't know what your problem is. Why do you hate me, Marzo? What did I ever do to you? Except boost your boosts and game your games. We have a special spreadsheet for Marzo that is, you know, to keep him busy and entertained. Otherwise, we don't even look at it. Okay, so chat, as a recap, we are going to play this game for 2 to 3 hours today, probably, and we are gonna decide if we want to keep this game in critical hits or if it's more of an adventure game than RPG, that it's better outside critical hits. Cheers. So, with that in mind, let's jump in. Okay, so it does start with the class selection. Machinist, operator, extractor. Engineer, work with machines and physical tools. Interface, work with digital interfaces. Endure, use strength or strength of will. Intuit, approach problems with awareness. Engage, approach a problem head on. Why are you unhappy with Black Mirror 2, Marto? Is it not as fun as the first one? Okay, so extractors work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. An operator works with drones and high-precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Sleepers assigned to operator work are usually cerebral and precise people, so they start with +1 to interface and -1 to endure. Machinist repairs and modifies automated systems used in industrial resource extraction. Sleepers assigned to machinist work are usually diligent, careful, and structured people. So they start with -1 engage and +1 engineer. So no character starts with +1 into it. That's what I was looking for. I will absolutely not go for extractor because it starts with -1 into it. Endure interface, +1 interface, -1 endure sounds good. You played one day, we can discuss. I'd like to at some point, yeah. I don't know, I don't think I have them though. Maybe I do, I need to check. Only because the voice acting and the way the characters were written. Okay, otherwise the game is nice puzzles, nice story. Well, I mean, it's not that bad then, at least if the gameplay is nice. Maybe I'll play it one day and we can discuss in more detail, Martin. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with operator. I like interface. Endure, I'm not so sure. It's probably the one that I would emphasize the least. But of why it's not so much from RPGs, because by the end of doing a 100% run, you will have all of these skills maxed out. Really? Halfway through the game, probably +1 in everything. Okay, I see. Okay, let's go operator. Let's see how it works. So you said 100% gameplay is like 12 hours? What did you say before? Where are you? Unknown. The first thing you become aware of on waking is the disconnect, the delay between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. Maybe 10, 12, okay. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in a body that was indisputably yours. Think of that body. A leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood welling from a fresh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, the memories are closer than you thought, blurring as you approach, until you can't tell one from the other. The cold slips in behind and around you, and sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body, given your current circumstances. The walls of the container feel immediately present, cold, hard at your back and face, cramping your limbs. I'm sorry, Parrot, I took the last of it. But you know, I'm doing you a favor. It was like 3 days old or something, so now you can make some fresh one. I am a coffee, yeah. You have opinions on difficulty curve of this game, you'll keep it to yourself until I finish it. Okay, Prince, sure, we can talk about it later. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful. Not like you used to know pain, at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no insistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the banal quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Remember the others. He's been very naughty. Wow, parrot with the puns. What did you do? You started a chain reaction probably. Now Thor is gonna jump in. Thazen is gonna come and jump in. Draven is already here to jump in. Okay, the chat is gonna be taken by the coffee puns. You remember there were 10 of you, 10 that could no longer stand the indentured work, the routines, the slow decay, 10 whose belief in their promised future was slowly dismantled day by day, until they realized they had sold away everything that could and would ever matter, 10 that would escape, or at least die trying. Some were lost in the shafts, others never found the meeting point, only a few made it to the containers, but the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim and heartless rock, even if in the airless hold of a freighter, you might freeze solid long before you reach your destination. Try to rest. But you are restless. It has been a long time since you left, surely weeks, maybe months. You are duly, it's duly, right? Duly aware of damage to your legs. Or is it dull, like dully? Like a dull feeling? Or is it like duly noted? Dully, okay. Because duly noted would be with a single L, right? Yes, okay. I misunderstood. You are dully aware of damage to your legs. You are dully aware of damage to your legs, your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body has still needed to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It's time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves in your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Time passes, the cold creeps further in. You feel something. Warmth, not true warmth, but the indication of his presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound too everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Cyberpunk Resurrection confirmed. Then light, white as the cold, softer and softer, until in a haze of dirty yellow a figure appears. You are out. Dragons. Okay, so I cannot scroll the screen. I can, I guess, click on... A pragmatic and private salvager, Dragos. It has been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life, and you stare at the ornately curving elements of an improvised heater. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, Sleeper, you all thawed yet? Stay silent. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better perseverance in sub-zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid to hull plates or inside outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech, his headset with its glinting eyes the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of his symbolically linked drones perches, its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech. but he seems lost in the memory for a moment, or perhaps he's just figuring out what to do with you. What happened to them? He ignores your question. I won't ask what led you to do it, to sell yourself to a corporation. And I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now. And you are just software. A rogue emulation illegally possessing corporate property. You're not alone. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded to the sleeper cells. The promise of a life off-world, but as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There is no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. SNRP wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep hold of you, well then no one can. You remember that too, or at least rumors of it from the other sleepers. Planned obsolescence, a built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them and your body begins to shut down, separate from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long do you have? But for now, sleeper, you are one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up and away, towards the glassy dome of the yard. The Eye is the best place you could be right now. The Eye? The station, you'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got things to be getting on with, he trails off. There's an old freighter container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. You haven't been pulling in much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome to it. Something wells up inside of you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. Alright, you head on up there. You look like you need some rest. And with that, Dragos stalks back into the Rex, his drones already converging on the rushing Hulk. Plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly figure as he returns to work. Tutorial introduction. Welcome to Erlin's Eye. Life on the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, and perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you need to head to your current home to rest. Resting will move time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest and end the cycle now. So I guess after a certain amount of cycles, the game ends, because our mind and body are unlinked and we lose the game, I suppose. You're a bit afraid it's too complex. Well, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. And you'll see if it's to your liking if you stay and watch a bit, Martin. I don't know the first thing about this game. I've never looked at it. This is my very first exposure to it, I guess. Okay, then. So this game seems to be about, at least to begin with, time management. I don't know. So self-repair, icebreaker, hard to kill, instant karma, obsessive haggler. Okay, so as we put points into these, we get upgrades. So into it, for example, would be instant karma, reroll all of your dice once per cycle. I'm so sorry, Chad. I do feel sleepy and tired today. Engineer would get self-repair. Use scrap components at home to repair condition. Interface would get icebreaker. The agent nodes give double data rewards. Okay, first we need to think about these, of course. First we get these. Chance to gain random scrap item on engineering actions. So they are 0 now. We start with 1 in interface, so it's chance to gain cryo on interface actions. Who knows what cryo is? Dice actions display potential positive and negative outcomes. Oh, that's good. So into it seems like meta information. Which would tell me after your first playthrough it would be completely useless if you knew, like if you already have the knowledge, or if you are checking a wiki or something, it would be useless. But for the first playthrough, without external guidance, it might be useful. But at the cost of points, of course. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how many points we have. How frequently we get points. End cycle. All cycles need to end. Rest and prepare for the next one. You wake curled up in the corner of the container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. After all this time, you still find this body, the one you wake in now, strange and disjointed. Its message is readable, but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Mylar? Is it mylar or mylar? I don't know. Here you are on this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know. After all this time, what matters? Mylar. Mylar, okay. Building a life. Maybe you did get lucky finding yourself here. Maybe here on the edge of everything, there is a life for you to build. But before you can build anything, you'll need to learn to survive. Mylar. Maybe if you can do that, you can make a life for yourself. Dragos has left a few comforts in the container. The mylar blankets, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electric stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. You thumb the power stud of the stove and begin to boil the water. The contents of sachets smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you. A ring like the station, but skeletal and ghostly. A web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygonal shapes, like angular suns burning into your mind. There's something unpleasantly visceral about these things, and it is long after you finish drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best as you can, and try to gather enough energy to grip the day. Condition, action, dice, and energy. Condition. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by one segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. If your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. Some things are time gated. If you focus on certain things, it's possible to miss out on some storylines that could have unlocked, or default resolve if you don't interact with them at all. Fail to meet the deadline. I guess I will not worry about that, as in I will do my best to I don't know how to say this, but I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't want to really know about things like that, because I think it's different than, let's say, a timed quest in Fallout New Vegas or Baldur's Gate, right? Because if it's an integral part of the game, yeah, exactly. I think especially for a first playthrough, I wouldn't want to hear about possibilities that I might miss. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I know. I didn't mean to say that you were offering to backseat. I'm thinking out loud. Thinking out loud more than anything. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's good to know. Okay, condition. It depletes. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals that were keeping you alive. Okay then. So repairing is important. Regaining condition gives us lifetime, which gives us more time to explore the game and figure stuff out. So it is of utmost importance, I would even say. Condition. Action dice. At the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Again, this directly influences your chances of success, because I assume you roll the dice, and I guess when you face a situation, you choose which dice to use. So you will have to use your low dice when they do the least amount of damage, and your high dice when they give you the most amount of benefits. and the more condition you have, the more chances to roll high dice. I guess that's how it works. Once you have used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. So condition also influences how many actions you can take. You cannot take an action at all if you don't have an action dice. Maybe it's not like I said before. These dice can be used to perform action. Maybe I just click on the dice and it performs an action. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Energy. You also need to eat to survive. This is represented by your energy bar. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you'll have to find somewhere to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. If it becomes empty, you will be starving. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at a double rate per cycle. Wow, okay. Okay then. So, where's my class? What is this? Cryptocurrency stored in air wall sticks of memory known as cheats. Okay, cryo is currency. Data, we don't have data. Well, let's start with the high die, right? Wait. How do I... I'm not sure what happened. Dragos is standing in the corridor when you close up the container. He's still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor you realize it's implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder, its cache of sensor eyes rapidly irising. How are you feeling? Okay. The drone chirps, good to hear. You notice that beneath the operator's rig skin is marked by burns and blotches. Beneath the operator's rig, his skin is marked. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe. He pauses. So I'm not going to chit-chat too long. You well enough to work? Work? Look, I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I didn't pull you out of that container out of the goodness of my heart. He looks away. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to the shipyards or the bright market dealers for cryo. Occasionally, we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of what comes in is scrap. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper you'll be used to the manual labor, and obviously I'll slip you a few sheets of commission based on what you turn on. Got it. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can, and sleepers, well, he trails off. But things being the way that they are for me at the yard, he pauses. I need the help. Why? Things are a little tight, that's all. I have a little cryo to a client here or there. He pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you are feeling fresher. There's plenty to do. Will do. He nods distractedly and turns and walks away, Andron hopping along ahead of him. See you later, he calls back. Looks like it's time to get to work. Okay, now we gained access to actions, I think. So, what is condition? Use scrap components that don't repair condition. So, engineer is important. Chance to gain random scrap. What else? Keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking. So, we don't go below 2 dice if we get Endure 2. Endure 2 is good for having a minimum amount of condition even at bad situations. But if we go Engineer, we may be able to fix ourselves. Okay, so this is where we end the turn, end the cycle, right? We don't want to do that, we leave. So we go here. Thanks, Thor. Actions. Actions are the primary way to interact with the world of Citizen Sleeper. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. So 6 is under chance positive, 5 is 50-50, positive neutral. 3 and 4 is 25% chance positive, 50 neutral, 25% chance negative. 1 and 2 is 50% chance neutral, 50% chance negative. So there is no 100% chance negative, but there's 100% chance positive, which is good. Actions reward you with clock progress, energy, condition, or items, depending on their outcome. There are 3 types of outcome. Positive, action goes better than expected. Neutral, action succeeds. Negative, action fails. Okay, action dice are these effects. Actions display information about their type, risk level, and skill and modifiers that apply to that action. Type, either critical or repeatable. Critical actions can only be performed once. Risk, either safe, risky, or danger. Safe, no loss of condition, energy, or cryo. Risky, negative outcome means cryo or energy loss. Danger, negative outcome means condition loss. Neutral outcome can mean cryo or energy loss. Skill, the skill that this action requires. Either engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. Modifier, either -1, 0, or +2, +1, or +2. This is added to the action dice when slotted and improves its value. Okay, that's cool. Some actions require +1 to perform. Okay then, so if we go back here, we can slot in a 5 for interface missions and get 100% positive. Engineer, endure. We have -1 to endure. Cycle clock. That's called in. Back in business. Dragos is tied up in something ugly. If he misses a payment or 2, things could get nasty. This is a risky job, so I will slot in 6 here. And then we have terrible dice. If I slot a 1 to -1, I assume it's still 1, right? Not 0, because there was no explanation of 0. Action often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the actions that fill them, and they track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something good or bad is about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Dragos' deaths, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without player input. Any active cycle clocks will be displayed on the icon for that location. So, beneath the pockmarked hulls, you find hidden containers, alloy plating, and wire bundles thick as your arm, preserved in their trunking. Hey drummer, how are you doing today? Every salvager knows they are always just one lucky haul away from their next payday. So if I do if I use all 4 dice, I'm gonna be back in business. We are gonna go manual salvage, the not risky one, with our low dice. I'm doing okay. A little tired today. Late streams are catching up with me. So I'm gonna end early today. You should boost when you can. Tutorial, drives and navigation. In Citizen Sleeper, you will unlock drives as you discover more about yourself and the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives depending on which path you wish to take.
Starving_drummer
You can
just
track
boosted
drives, and any
Daggerfall.
track drive will place a yellow marker on locations that will help you pursue your goal.
Starving_drummer just boosted
Access
west
your
of
drive
loading.
menu via the arrow button.
Starving_drummer just boosted look outside.
You are now free to explore Erlin's Eye and make a life for yourself here. Try tracking a drive to help you survive.
And soon, your executioner.
Look for food to keep your energy up and a way to recover condition. Fill clocks to progress stories and find new opportunities. Remember to end cycle at your home when you're out of dice. Mouse wheel WS to Skolang Station. Okay. Okay, you got a neutral outcome. Oh, so neutral outcome is +1 to back in business. So these are drives, otherwise known as quests. Repay Dragos. Survive. You need access to corporate pharmaceuticals, otherwise this escape attempt will come to a rapid end. Find a doctor. So, okay, Wow. Wow, okay. There are lots of actions. We need to find the doctor. You find the doctor here. Maybe. That's the market. Helion Crossing. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of Helion system are rare, but those that do always return eventually. So the merchants willing to run the gauntlet is gonna come at some point in the game. Cannot do anything here. What about here? This is also cycle locked. It takes several cycles to reach the starward belt and return, loaded with scrap from the old wrecks. Okay, maybe this is the drive mark. Yes, it seems to be the drive mark. Maybe. Yeah. So, Rotunda. Danger. Intuit job. That is risky. Getting to know the Rotunda doesn't just mean a place to visit, it means keeping your eyes on the new arrivals too. Havenage. Once the Rotunda and their security watches the docks, better to avoid attracting their attention. Okay, so if we do too much job, we are gonna attract their attention. Pay low and tall. It's 60 cryo to unlock more places, I assume. Ask for directions. Why wonder when there are hundreds of people that live and work within the bright market? All you need is the courage to approach them. Explore the market. The smells, sounds, and buzzing activity of the bright market makes it a dizzying place to wander, but an enticing one too. So these are risky jobs, and I have only ones. But I guess local knowledge is what's gonna help us find the doctor. But I think it's just too risky to jump onto this right now. You know what? So far this game is giving me board game vibes more than anything else. Not really adventure, not really RPG, but it plays like a board game. So all of these jobs are risky or danger. It's time for sleeping, yes. How are you doing, Faison? Good to see you. I think I'm gonna just keep spending my low dice on manual salvage. Get back in business. Because these are all either cycle locked or risky jobs. How did the test go, Faison? Was it? I think it was today, right? How did it go? Yeah, they are all risky or worse. Resident Sleeper, yeah. One of the exercises took an entire paper front to back. Oof. How do you feel about it, though? Do you feel good about your answers? Okay, let's just. This doesn't sound optimal, but I think I need to do this. It's the safest way. I only have once. Neutral outcome. Neutral outcome. Now I'm out of actions. We are flickering. So now this day, this cycle, we are gonna lose this condition And I think we will be locked out of our 4th die. We are only going to be able to roll 3 die tomorrow. Let's end the cycle. I'm sure you will face. We are fading. This time you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station, that shifting skeleton ring, surrounds you. For a moment you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across a colorless void. Then the connections begin to establish themselves, threads tugging on the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange and then extensions as you feel your thoughts slipping away down them, dissolving into the millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station? No, you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Observed. Even though you have no eyes, no sight, you feel the map of the station. No, not the map of the station, but the map of its connections. It's a looped cloud with spokes and spires that jut out into the space. It's an ingrown thing full of obsolete loops and severed pathways. It's a system, a map, and a territory, all at once. You notice a tugging feeling pulling at you insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow it's pulling in 2 directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden everything shuts off. You come back trembling into this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours all at once. You find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second and you feel it waiting there. The station, splayed out across your mind. A storm of connected nodes waiting to be explored, and then it's gone. We got a 6 and a 5, okay, at least we got some good dice. Let's what was my +1? It's interface. Are there no interface jobs at all? Not yet. I want to do one of the danger jobs. With a 6, ask for directions. +3 local knowledge. You end up at a drink stall debating the finer points of Solheim collapse. You try to remember all the tips your companion offers you. So now that we got this, we got 3 local knowledge. How does that help me? New drive discovered. Build a ship mine. You've heard talk of fabricator owned by the Ort Exchange. With that and a few fragments, you could build a ship mine core. Next comes the call from the enforcer at the door. Hab block. You shuffle down the flickering hallway toward the open apartment door. You keep your head down and your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You were thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you are here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door, the flickering light strips, the decaying cap block. You have all made the long queue as a test of your nerve, but your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizer this body, your body will... You suppress a shiver and shuffle toward to the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. Look inside. No, look at the enforcer. The enforcer is looking down the corridor and you dare to glance at him. His purpose is unmistakable. He is there to intimidate, to threaten, and if necessary, carry out those threats. His broad shoulders are framed with a metal exoskeleton. A couple of mirror-like implants sit below his eyes like mercury teardrops, subsidiary sense inputs or aesthetic markers. You're unsure. You also aren't familiar with the geometric blade-like tattoo on his arm, but you make a note of it. You avert your eyes when he looks back at the queue. Your phone's charging port is dying. Unless charged in a specific position, it's not charging anymore. It's the same with me, but it may not be dying, Thazen. You may just have to clean it. Yeah, try cleaning it with isopropylene alcohol. You did. It didn't help at all. Then it may be dying. Maybe the cable is dying. Did you try with different cables? After a few moments, a figure pushes through the doorway and you catch a distant voice. Stand the next one in, Toshiro. The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting on the far door. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor-to-ceiling transparent panel gives a full view of bright market sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above, and for a moment you are transfixed by the motion. Come, sit, calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turned away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folding bed. You make your way across the room. So it's Sabine, a doctor. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flash across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak, they blink, then quickly regain their composure. Please sit, they gesture to the bed, then turn to an open case of tools on the table. You sit, Sabine turns, a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold it to their eye. Remain still, please. Their tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed from their expression when you first entered. Fear, recognition, sadness, unmistakably etched across their face. How long have you been on the station? They ask. The scanner still to their eye. A few cycles. They nod. It's good you came to me. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up your sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body is dying, they say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. SNRP doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose. To prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case, escaping, they built a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer, one which SNRP remains the sole producer of. They look up. Sound familiar? Yes. Good, that may help. They swap to your other arm, running some thin metal device on your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry, Sabine says, and you're unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. They have no rights, no status. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and SNRP has no reason to release stabilizer into the market. Sabine looks as if to apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is of use to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives way to tension. You stare at their back, willing them to say something, anything. Sabine turns to face you. I may be able to help. They sigh and you see the darkness under their eyes. Hear the fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside? You nod. He works for my benefactor. Yet again. They are influential in the low end. They give me the space to work, run the door, and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. They look away. By yet again has connections. Smugglers from the Starward Belt. Mercenaries working for the corporations on Ember. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you'll have a better chance. Sabine sets down their slates, their notes complete. This is dangerous and it'll be expensive, but I think you can do it. Thank you. Sabine walks away to the window, their face grappled by the shadows of passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. You nod and leave, Sabine still staring out, unmoving. When you reach the lower level of the market, you look back up through the panels of the roof to see if you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. Okay, so this is a cycle timer as well. Hardware exchange. We can sell components, play the exchange, it's risky. If I toggle this, what does it show me? It shows me here. Trusted trader. So I need to do enough trading to get him to trust me? We have a 5. It would be great if there was an interface action around. But there isn't. The music is really good, yeah. Prince was saying that before as well. Emphys. Emphys is busy, his broad face uplit by the makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise, delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok. His other hand idly tossing a metal bowl of sliced vegetables in some red flecked dressing. The smell is incredible. You watch as he fulfills a set of orders, heaping the fungus with the bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of cheats rattles in his apron pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. Approach. You join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvagers. Vac suits unzipped and rolled down to expose stained vests, grubby mods, a lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink, comparing notes on bright market dives, their words cut through with heavy spacer slang. Eventually it's your turn and you shuffle to the front. Emphys speaks in a deep, even tone without looking up. First try is free. Thank you. The smell is almost unbearably strong as he cooks, the earthiness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire and your skin hardens in its glare. I know you sleepers, Emphys says while he cooks, his voice deep but clear. A hard life, a lot of stories. He glances up from beneath his cap with piercing eyes. I know. Tell him a story. You begin to tell him about your journey to the eye and he nods as he cooks, his eyes never leaving his work. You tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility and his sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold and dark of the container and the endless cycles spent within it. Now it seems, you tell him, like some dream that you once had but can never forget. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you and you're unsure where to walk, where to look, what to do. Eventually you tail off, running out of words. He places a plastic tray of steaming fungus in your hand. Next time we can talk some more, he smiles, but next time you pay. He slams a heavy hand against a button on the burner side and it shuts off. The roar of the flame and its impressive heat fades. Next time then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the wok. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, each surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, you take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicately sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. Be with you. We got a new drive. Get to know Emphys. So where do I see if I'm hungry or not? If I still need to eat for the day, if I'm starving.
I'm starving!
You're always starving. Fungus fan. Is this my hunger level? Hunger is the white part. So technically I could eat more today and fill it up, right? It doesn't have to be every day. Once every day. Am I correct in assuming that? But unlike conditions, there is no penalty for going low, just don't go below 0. Yeah, but I mean, to push this fungus fan and I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess as long as we don't go below 0. Maybe we'll find something else to do with the money. No, not like in real life at all. Play the exchange into it. Okay. We need to fill this before this fills. Risky engineer business. I'm gonna use this here. Yes, sort of, yeah. So for now, chat, I am considering removing this from critical hits. I know I haven't asked for your opinion first, and this is not my decision. We will still decide together. But so far, my thinking is, so you cannot save and load, right? You cannot try different things. You need to try a different playthrough if you want to try things differently. Just like a roguelike, in a way. And you are able to make mistakes and end the game early, or you can play better and explore more and get a better result. As I said, it feels a bit like a board game in that way. You have your dice, you have a set of actions that you can choose to take. You apply your dice, get a result, and you manage your resources, like your energy, your hunger, your money, your items that you might loot. Hey Ray, welcome in. How are you today?
Hey, Razy!
Thanks for the immediate like. So for those reasons, I wouldn't consider this a traditional RPG. I would consider this a roguelike with built like a board game with management, an RPG, and maybe adventure elements. It does follow a narrative, that's for certain. But the narrative alone, I don't think makes it an RPG. See, the same things may be true for games like Gloomhaven also. We have to think of those as well. But for now, of course, we are thinking about Citizen Sleeper. What do you think, chat? Do you think this is still criticalist material, or do you agree with me, or maybe have some other? You don't think this game belongs on critical? It's not roguelike, but I think it has some roguelike elements, as in you cannot reload to retry stuff, you have to start a new playthrough. And I usually don't add games like that to critical hits to begin with. If a game doesn't have save load feature and you have to just replay to try things differently, that is usually enough reason for me not to add a game to critical hits. This is more Tuesday, Wednesday material. I'm inclined to agree. Thor, you were also saying the same, right? That was your intention in making this a Monday stream. Like you were arguing that this belongs Tuesday, Wednesday rather than critical hits. Am I correct in thinking so? If we can get a positive here, we are gonna get back in business. Yeah. Get a positive 50%. Okay. Alright, we maxed it. Does anyone else in chat have any opinions about this whole thing? The game, critical hits? Right now it's 4 people expressing opinion. All 4 saying this should be outside critical hits. I wish Josephson was here, because Josephson was boosting this game a lot. I'd like to hear his opinion, but he's playing Enshrouded today with Nancy, so he may not make it to the stream or at least be active in the stream. But I would have loved to hear from him. But I guess it's pretty clear that at least most of us agree that this should be removed from critically. So what does that say about Citizen Sleeper 2? Is Citizen Sleeper 2 radically different than this one, or is it more of the same? Should I remove that as well? Still haven't played 2, you're planning on it soon. It's very similar mechanically. I guess I go ahead and remove both of them then. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched out plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in the twisted shape. The cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Dragos stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship as it's lowered into the yard. So Thazen, I'm not sure if you're still here, but if you're still here, you may want to boost because I'm gonna end today's stream early. Not right now, but in a couple of hours at most. So, and anyone else who plans to boost, you should boost early. I may pretty much end at any time in the next 2 hours. She's a beauty, isn't she? Dragon stands to the side, focused on the hulking ship as it's lowered into the yard. What is it? Dragus laughs. That, my friend, is a great scrap. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when we turned up. And now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Dragus for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became of
I'd
it.
like a large atomic shake and a double Brahmin burger. And easy on the agave sauce.
What happened? What do you mean? He glances at you. I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on credits. That's what happened. No, what happened to the ship? Not my concern, he shrugs. The ship creaks like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragus is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hulk, their lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. But this game fit in critical hits. If so, we shall continue boosting and voting until we get selected. If not, you remove it from the queue and play it over Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You won't be able to resurrect it. We won't be able to resurrect it, but you can always request more Monday streams of it. Regardless of this game being played in or outside of critical hits, it will be able to play it again. It will be able to be played again using Monday streams since it's so short. But yes, the recap is pretty accurate otherwise. Watching you, wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container, the wreck of the SNR freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. But was the container delivered to Dragus on its own? A womb for your rebirth into this strange station? You shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Dragus squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think they are up for it. And what do you think? You see the fading name of the ship emblazoned on its side, Winterlight. Let's do it. He claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few, and we can make a start. A real beauty, Dragus repeats, perhaps just himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting, and then slip out of the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. You get an upgrade point. You've completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu via the arrow button at the top right of the screen. I think Intuit is gonna be useful. Although Engineer is going to be very, very useful in more than one way. And we have immediate engineer jobs to do. We also have Intuit checks waiting for us. I think I start with engineer 1, engineer 2, then intuit 1. So every time we complete a drive, we get a point. We should go for the ones we can complete easily. Like we should eat at the stall, for example. For money, that doesn't even take action. 4 times. But I don't want to waste money, so we are gonna finish it in 2 cycles once we are hungrier. Another thing I can do is pay 60 to unlock this now, right now. That will give us more to do. Although there is plenty to do around, but maybe I do wanna unlock more things. Let's do it. Let's see what's beyond this. Ramshackle Residence Districts. Engineer, risky job. Intuit, risky job. Tavla? That's the Turkish name for backgammon. I wonder if this is backgammon. There's an intuit danger job and an engage risky job. This book is layer after layer after layer of dense urban fabric. The only way to explore it is vertically. Low Ender. No one knows you here. You'll need to change that if you want access to low end's resistance and facilities. This we need to wait. We can sell components here, and it may add to trusted trader. Our 1 point in engineer is gonna help with that. It's an engage job, intuit job. Engineer. Gregor seems increasingly nervous. Sorry, I'm losing my voice today for some reason. About your presence in the yard. You are not sure he's going to hold his nerve much longer. Yard clearance. Is true or no, this should be salvaged. As Dragos always says, break it down, move it on. Winter Light, the record cutter Dragos has brought into salvage as a history to discover if you are curious. This is a safe job. This danger engineer, so we can use 5s and 6s here. I would also like to get the yard. Okay, now we cannot do anything but rest. Let's go, bed quest. Oh, we got hungry by 2 points. Again, the skeleton ring of the station fills your mind. It sparkles with glittering lights like stars reflected in a winter lake. It's clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering on the floor. Between the threads, you see bright shapes, caches of shimmering light beneath transparent crystal forms. You follow the path of a thread across the ring, through these forms, then leap off into the world. You begin to understand these are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops that it seems almost impossible to parse. But you begin to try. Focus on the nodes. The nodes are glassy, bright, but in all its flow, the only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid or a triangle. Dimensions are difficult here. And lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. But before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and knots, passages and puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There's so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need to do is follow the paths and open the box. You look out across this ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then that insistent tugging again, pulling at you. You look down again and see two lines, two threads pulling in different directions as if they were tied around you. The second thread leads in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it, and this time you see something, a sphere shimmering above a strange angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, hasting you. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is dragging you, hunting you, following the thread to you. You are in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each second. You open your eyes, time is short. We got a 5. We are hunted. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the eye button at the top of the screen to toggle this view. Okay. Slot Havenate Cipher. Its interface. Data actions allow you to extract data from the networks of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you must match your dice to the one displayed on the right of the action. If you have +1 or +2 modifier in interface skill, you will be given more possible dice to match. You can use any dice. Interesting. You could match this right now. I need food today. Could get this as well. I can get 2 right now. I can get this too. There are lots of them. First, we need money and food. At least one. So we do a dangerous engineering job here. We have... What? What? I should have +1 to engineer. Wait. Oh, I didn't unlock +1, so it's unlocked separately. I unlocked this perk. I misunderstood. So I can only unlock this after unlocking this anyway. So I didn't make a mistake, I just didn't notice the intermediary step. But that is a little unlucky. I could risk the 5 here. But it would be risking. Maybe we take this. But it doesn't pay. I need money. I need food. We could play games. It's just risky. I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna take this risk. Okay, we didn't get any negative actions at least, and we got some money. We didn't get positive, but neutral didn't hurt. Now I think I'm okay to get a little bit of food. Okay, so one eating gives you 3 energy. That's gonna be way easier than I thought. In that case, maybe I'll try hacking. Which one do I want? Encrypted key. Stream of passcodes able to unlock the station's aging maglocks. Solheim cipher. So keynotes give you encrypted keys. Perk transfer intercept +1 cryo. +5 cryo. Heaven Age data. What is that perk? The cloud. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you. A thread stung tight around you. It tethers you in place. It tastes. The voice makes you shiver. It stores somehow both distance and close behind your ear. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown, astringent processing. Resists. You struggle against the thread, and it tightens in response, a glittering garrote. Please hold. The thread around you thickens until it's a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circle around you. It's blinding for a moment, and then it's gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. What did you do? The shape paces around you on light legs, though there is no ground here to pace on. Entity, identify. Origin, serial. Cadence. The figure faces you expectantly. I don't understand. Sentience questionable. The figure's strange head rotates. Brachy's signature. Off and not off. Attempting interface. As the figure speaks more, threads begin to spiral from its head, thick, snaking, vine-like ribbons that flex and wave. They approach with intent. Stop! The figure holds its threads, its head twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. We only seek the correct legalities. Can you confirm your legal right to the sentience? I'm a person. Incorrect, you're an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of yours, blocking your vision. You stink of their tastes, the one from the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. Sealed dock? An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. The hunter extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. Strike! You lash out with all your force, not a physical strike, but a spike of interference, leaping out like the tip of a spear. Hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. Wake up. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station lights, shaking with fear. Okay. So stuff is happening. I can only rest. We get a 6 and a 5. Nice. As you close up, a voice echoes down from the corridor towards you. Sleeper, wait up! Turn. Fang is coming down the corridor towards you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know you? He grins. You do now. He puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around, just want to chat. You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. He looks away down the passage. What was it old Erlen said? The eye opens for us all. Nice idea, but well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. Erlen? You pass together into the main hall walkway. No one has told you about Erlen. He's the founder of this place, that's why it bears its name. Heaven Age should organize some seminars, he laughs. Not really my department though, I'm with systems. Systems? Everything the eye runs on. He runs a hand along the passage wall. This place is a ruin, but systems keeps it spinning somehow, at least we try to. He stops in the quiet passage. Look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I saw you around, and well, I know a little about you, sleepers. I have a little proposition for you. He glances around. But this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare, then when you are settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. If what they say is true about you sleepers, well, there's work to be done. He pats you on the back, his voice bright and his dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. So I think I start by getting some food. Now we can use the one on data extraction. Try the Yatagan agent this time. We have a 6. Where do we want to use it? Something dangerous, probably. We could play the exchange with a 5. We could steal dock plans. We could do it right away if we do that. I am assuming that would give us 3. But we are also behind this. And this is on a timer. This will also give us money. We should be ahead of this, I think. And get both of them. Yeah, and also you probably know a bit more in your second and further playthroughs about what to prioritize. In the first playthrough, it's even tougher to decide. But there are the timer elements are here, and this we cannot do anything about. But this I can try and stay ahead. Two-yard clearance and enough money for food, and we got some random scrap thing. So I'm gonna try selling it. That gave me +1 trusted trader as well. Now somewhere to use the 5 effectively. Could do it here. This is safe. I need to work towards drives, and that is a drive. The other drives I cannot do much about yet. We have enough money. I think we can spend our 5 on learning about the winter lights. Give me positive, please. Positive, 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 positive. Yes, 2 winter light and a scrap item. Now I need to improve my condition somehow. I think I may be dependent on Sabine's information for that. Winterlight and yard clearance are mutually exclusive? Really? Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, so that's how it works. Once we finish one of those, the place changes like it changed before. Well, we'll see. I mean, investigate the wreckage. We are gonna focus on this then, not this. At least not complete the dangerous engineering mission. Okay, let's use the one. So today, this is going to end. Yeah, that's what it looks like. You're right. This also has 1 day. Okay, so 2 things are gonna happen next day. We got 2 6s, wow! And a 4. Not bad at all. Sleeper. Fan catches your attention as you approach the Heavenage building. Leaning against the bed. No, I get the 6s, you get the 1s, Thor. I'm sorry. Leaning against the bay door to the side of the entrance. You approach. Easier to come in this way. Security, all that. He gives you a look. You know. Well, you are not too far away from one either, Barrett. He slams a button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Fang inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There's a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Fang leans on a server stack and gestures around. You like it? What is all this? He taps a nearby server stack which bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. You wouldn't believe what this place runs on. He steps over to a towering block specced with vents. Some of these systems are from the original station AE1. A1, I'll say. The one Solheim built. You had to invent new components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. I guess this is A1. Is this how you would say this letter in German? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Residents here look up at the Eye and think they are seeing a concrete reality. But this place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. German doesn't have that. What? No, it doesn't? I thought it did. I mean, English has it, but the letters are written separately usually. I thought German also had that. Interesting. Then I'm confusing stuff. Older English certainly does. Anyway. He walks down between the hardware stacks and you follow. We are keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins. He stops. At least that's what I'm trying to do. He turns back to face you among the flickering machines humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems and sections. You can, can't you? I can see it. It makes sense, right? You are between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. You glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Fang notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though. They're tracking me. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see. Access protocols lost to time and decay. Secrets. A shitload of secrets. With your help I can unlock this place. Break off those last ghostly limbs of corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Heavenage there is old growth. Those whose roots trace back into those bad old days. You help me dredge up the past and I'll see what I can do about that tracker of yours, he winks. What do you say, Sleeper? I'm in. Fang pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Fang passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift, he smiles. It's a Solheim cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into an old network gate and you'll be able to pull all kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's out there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above, he nods at the ceiling, have granted me an acquisition budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean, Sleeper, and I'll see you soon. You step, blinking, back out into the passage, those flickering lights still in the back of your mind.
Don't forget to drink water.
It's a good idea. Thanks, Jer. You got a Solheim cipher. Okay. Gate at 7 access. Ooh, Solheim nodes now. So he got 2 6s. I wouldn't mind using them both here. But I think there may be other stuff we can do with it. Especially because some stuff happened today. Scrap allowance. Buy some. Oh, okay. We can buy scrap. We can buy 3. The first thing you see on entering is the glint of Toshiro's implants, like cat's eyes in the dark of the corridor. He nods you in as you arrive at Sabine's door. The entryway is still dark and you push through the sheeting into the surgery. I have it! Sabine stands with the case open in front of them, a set of vials lined up inside, separated by foam inserts. They pick one up, rotating it in the warm light. I have no idea how yet again they trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. I'm the test case? That seems to be the case. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. The stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transparent operation, in that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. Sabine holds up a vial of would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with the new protein chains, which acts as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. Which means that stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. They glance away, at least if the stabilizer is genuine. The only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. They begin readying the syringe. I will start with a small dose to limit the risk. Okay, let's do it. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses a syringe to extract a fraction of the liquid. They tap the syringe and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection but with little response. A sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white and when it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness, muffled noises, like an argument heard from underwater, prickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window, facing away from the backlit by the glow of your slates. Awake? Yes. The stabilizer is... Why do I keep saying stabilizer? The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down before the bed. I don't know how yet again acquired a case of this stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled, distracted. You should rest some more, but you are going to have to do that somewhere else. They gesture to the door. I have other patients, sorry. Stable laser, yeah. Sabine nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You are going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room and they return to their glowing slates. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. You wonder how long you have been out. Sabine? Nothing comes free, sleeper. Remember that. Merkel? Yes. It is. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Toshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. I have so many names. Merkel is my god of the dead, you know, it's just my night job. Streaming is my day job. So it fixed me, wow, okay. It fixed me fully. And for 100 we can fully fix ourselves from now on. That is crazy. That is really, really nice. Pay for passage. Founder's Fair for 150. That is really, really good. Tangled network of service passages makes your tunnel scratch for smugglers if they go down. Disable your tracker. Heal the ship mind. Extract the pasts. So, there are 2 drives involving Fang. One is the hardware store. This is gonna happen in a few days. Winterlight, I think I should focus on. I think I need points more than anything else. So that everything becomes easier later. So we need to prioritize first time-limited missions, second drives. Everything else can happen in time. The thing is, we are being hunted and we need to disable the tracker. So that is also possibly a game-ending thing. We have 6 cycles. But I think I'm gonna focus on this first. 25% chance to get +2 and finish this immediately. We'll see. Oh, hell yeah! Yes! It's 25% chance positive. We got it! Winterlight Field today. That feels so good. Squeezed into the office at the entrance to the yard, you lay out everything you have on the Winterlight across the metal desk. Your makeshift forensic notes glow on Dragus's old writing slates, overlapping lines and scrawled annotations. A set of drone scans fills the small terminal with a spectrum of colors, a heat map of damage and decay. A crumpled printout from the office's ship registry lies beside them, synthetic paper so thin it's almost transparent. Get the monitor. Reactor failure. That is the verdict that anyone would have returned after a cursory glance at these stacked heat maps of the remains of the Winterlight. On the terminal screen, the ship is shown in section, blotches of color marking the approximate damage the ship sustained. Dominating the view is a single blood-red rose radiating from the ship's fraction drive. A simple story, a catastrophic failure of the drive core, leading to a fatal hull breach. A well-documented failure, likely brought on by the wear or misuse. But you aren't looking at the rose of the reactor, you are looking at a smaller, paler mark, one that might be easy to miss at the first glance. It's thumbprint-sized and delicately placed over the control servos for the ship's main external airlock. It suggests a controlled-shaped explosion, one designed to punch through the hull and allow access to the airlock from the outside. You are looking at it because it's troubling you. Look at the slate. Chad, I wanted to finish this before taking a break, but the ads are approaching. I don't want to delay the ads because I need to get up, basically. So we are going to continue reading this in 5 minutes after the break. Stick around. I'll be back shortly. Be right back. What is that? Grandmaster level grenade throwery.
Nebuka just boosted Daggerfall.
Don't attack the explosives. I'm trying not to. See, I'm not attacking the explosives.
Fazan just musted Jade Empire.
Moo.
Fazan just musted Look Outside.
We had left here. We did it first try. I think maybe that was the end. And I think we did it. Nice. Oh! Here, get out of here. No! Ah, no! Serious panic mode. Is there an invisible enemy here? Yeah. Screw this.
Nebuka just boosted might.
Hi. I noticed it said punch too late. Sorry, little dude. I didn't mean to. Whoa. Look at that attack.
A mean trick, a wonderful trap. She'd come here to gloat. I'd pop in and zap.
Oh, that's because he... Oh, I see. He dropped it. Because he panicked. Can we do it again?
Wait, who is that?
Boo!
He's cunning. Get around him. You're gonna bleed, damn.
I loved it.
Likely to change. It's obvious that there'd be trouble ahead. People always
Sir?
talk.
Do you need a hand? Are you okay
Fire
there?
somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes. I thought that had been cleared up ages ago. People always... Well, that was... If you think.
Nope. It's not doing anything for me. Hell yeah. No! No, not like this. But my sniper. Okay.
Hello, and welcome to the Pimplicar Music Challenge. Your goal is to drive over the bagpipes and
Drive
only
over the
bagpipes.
okay.
Bring the noise. Ready? Go!
Okay, I'm back. Hey Nebo, welcome in. How are you today? Good to see you as always. Okay, let's continue. So, I don't think I'm going to continue this for much longer. Maybe another hour. Maybe a little more than an hour. Who knows, depending on how I feel. It's a lot of reading, which I'm not feeling up to today, particularly. Because I'm tired and sleepy. I think I'm going to play this... We are going to remove it from Critical Hits. I'm going to play it probably after my currently planned game, so that would be Lost Horizon, Superhero League of Hoboken, Simon the Sorcerer Origins, and then we could play this, but also maybe even later, because I do have other things in mind, not currently planned. But I will plan it relatively soon for a full playthrough. And that playthrough we may start from the beginning, making more educated choices this time, now that I know the game a bit better. How does that sound to you, chat? That's plan. So we can restart in a couple of months, maybe, for a real playthrough outside of Critical Hits. Sounds good? Okay, I'm glad you are happy with it. I think that's how I'm gonna go. So I don't want to go too late and see too much today, but it was really great to learn a bit, and later we can start with better educated choices. Especially for the booster spending all that time and energy to get the series up to yeah, exactly. I know it's always a problem. That's why I decided to not put short games into polls anymore and just play them for critical hits. And I wouldn't remove this from critical hits just because it's short, but I really don't think this is critical hits material. So you are right on both accounts. I will also remove Citizen Sleeper 2 from critical hits. But I'm not planning that because I don't have that, and at some point, if I can grab that, we can also do that after we play this one. But yeah, let's continue for an hour or so and see a bit more of the game. Your attempts at reconstructing of the Winterlight before its fatal accident consist of a series of overlapping sketches and diagrams showing possible layouts and configurations of the gutted cutter. This was no off-the-shelf model. What are you waiting for, dude? This was no off-the-shelf model. It was heavily modified, parts replaced with inventive configurations. The new retrofitted into the old, handmade joints and reconditioned filters. This was someone's pride and joy, a lifetime project kept running with care and intuition. It also contained a set of hidden compartments, you missed them at first, where the hull had been thickened, the corners rounded to disguise the change, but they are there. Look at the printout. A plain list shows the registration history of the Winterlight, the gaps between the entries tantalizingly opaque. Its first registration was a couple of thousand cycles ago on this very station, locked at the central hub. From here, the registry tells the story of a busy ship, one that rarely stayed on station for more than a few cycles, and often took on voyages that kept it away from the eye for up to 100 cycles. The Winterlight got little rest. An old ship, many cycles under its belt, carefully maintained, a reactor failure preceded by a carefully concealed external entry. A suite of hidden compartments tucked away. This was the Winterlight, and this was its story. But that's not the full story, because there's something else. It's little more than a list, a tiny chunk of data you were able to pull from the ship's systems. The main systems were fried, of course, but the Winterlight had a separate system, one tucked away in one of its hidden compartments, armored, airborne. This list, the only recoverable piece from the whole system, is a partial inventory. It details the contents of hidden compartments, some of it you recognize, some of it you don't. Ship mind ROMs, shimmer, cryo chain codes, and then the final entry, passenger, sleeper. You stare at the list on the terminal and try not to think about what it was like arriving here, in the cold for so long, half frozen in the freight container. Had the sleeper been smarter, luckier, how had they convinced the Winterlight, a smuggler's ship, if you ever saw one, to extract them from SNR? Luckier, you laugh. There had been no remains found in any of the Winterlight's compartments. You had checked. They weren't so lucky, you guess. Not in the end. You hold up a vial of stabilizer to the light. This was all you find in their compartments. A parting gift from SNR. A stabilizer though, we got a stabilizer. But it won't go to waste now, you put it back in your pocket. The thought still bothers you though. 2 ships carrying sleepers coming into the same yard. 2, one after the other. That feels wrong. You flick back and forth between data sets on the terminal, thinking, and you see that thumbprint again. The mark of someone trying to get in. Someone who entered the Winterlight with precision and speed, and when they were done, left the reactor to clean up the rest. The thought of that person makes you sure. Suddenly the office door creaks open. Drago stands in the doorway, staring at the equipment and notes you have assembled. What is all this? He snatches the slate from the desk, faster than you realize he could move. You run an investigation here? What am I paying you for? You're not paying me unless I do a job for you. Shut up. The drone on his shoulder starts whining shrilly, his anger passing through to his implants. Are you hiding something? Hiding something? I'm hiding you, goddammit. What are you doing for me? Digging around in my business. He starts shaking his head. I know you have a lot of questions, but this isn't the way. He turns away, muttering to himself. This is the last thing I need. Who is bringing you these ships? Dragos freezes, suddenly angry. Why are you asking? You looking to get us both killed? We cut these things up. That's our part. Their part is something I don't want to know. Drago seems to steady himself and then turns back to you. The heat map of the reactor failure reflected in his headset's glassy eyes. Welcome, Mason. Hope you're well today. I've given you a place to stay. I've given you work. He stumbles over the words, unsure what to say. There's plenty others who would have sold on you, turned you in, but not me, no. I know. He softens. Look, you helped me too. He quiets the drone. I've done well by you, and you returned the favor. He straightens up and clears his throat. But this obsession you have with the ship isn't going to work for me. I can't have you making my clients nervous. I can't have you digging up whatever it is you're after. He sighs. You can't work here anymore. What about the Winterlight? That's fine, Payson, don't worry about it. Enjoy cooking. He reaches over and switches the monitor off. Forget about the damn ship. You have enough to keep you up. Dragos reaches across you and flicks off the terminal. As the light of the monitor dies, a kind of eerie calm falls on both of you. Whatever this was, it is done. You made it out, Sleeper. That means you have to move on. Someone killed that ship and its crew. And you want to meet them? He shakes his head. We are done here. In the dark, Dragos' headset glints, and you wish for a moment you could see his eyes and meet them. Maybe then he would understand. You get up from the desk and Dragos gathers his notes, stuffing them into a pocket of his overalls. He holds the door for you, his headset is expressionless as always. You can stay in the container, I won't take that from you. Don't come back. His tone is final, definite, with an edge of disappointment. You walk out of the office, then out of the yard, not stopping to look back. You leave the yard, humming the vial in your pocket, knowing that this at least guarantees you a little more time. And as you walk, your mind once again drifts to that person who killed the Winterlight, and whether or not that person will come for you. We should paint our container nice and red, maybe put some logos on, yeah. Yeah, we could add that as an SFX, why not? You get an upgrade point. I think I'm gonna immediately get +1 engineer here. We are gonna get Intuit and Intuit +1 with our next points. So we are out of points, we don't need food, we are gonna get food tomorrow. We get a stabilizer. So how would we use the stabilizer?
New channel SFX request by Thor Obliterator.
Container, paint you nice and red. Maybe container, put the logos on. Would you prefer if I did a randomizer? Or do you want them separately? I can do both, whatever you prefer. But I hope you can find them for me and post in the SFX. You'd make them separate, okay? Could you also find them for me? That would make my job very easy. Thank you, Thor. I appreciate it. So I'm not sure how to use the stabilizer. Maybe we will find a way to use it later. Okay, now we gotta focus on Fang's jobs to get rid of whoever is tracking us and get more points. You see a red box, you want to paint it black? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You have an option at your container to stabilize. Ah, okay, so... Okay, yes. So, it feels my stability, right? Just like paying hundreds to Sabine. Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's end this cycle. We got 2 6s and a 5. Wow, we are very lucky. We are very lucky. First we get food though. Now, what do we want to do? Let's think about our ship mines could be something to do. So buy a vial of stabilizer. Okay, so she sells me stabilizer, and that's a drive. So I need to save up 100 and buy it. So I need to make money. That's one thing I need to do. Second, I need to trade for the fabricator. These two I need to do with my low rolls, hacking data, and this is going to happen tomorrow as long as I earn one more cryo. So today we can try to make money with our 6s and 5. I think that would be a good way to work on drives. Engineer +1. We can use our 5 here, but it doesn't make us money though. We can use our 6s here. That would give us probably 6 points if it's 2 each for each positive. And we can make some money this way as well. I don't know if this makes friends. So it will probably add to Lavender. It's marked as such. It's linked as such. But we can also work on this. We can sell components for money. I think that would be nice. We can play the exchange twice and sell 2 components. Let's play the exchange once. This gives me trusted trader and money, I think. Let's see if this gives me 1 or 2. 2. So if I do it again, and sell 1, now I'm trusted trader. Thank you, Thor. Thank you. Fabricate ship mines. It needs salvage fragments. How do we get ship mine fragments? I only have 2. We could do something here. I don't think I need to do anything here. I know they're gonna leave. I can make money here if I had good dice, but it's not worth our time, I think. Okay, let's use... Oh, okay, this is a good place to... This is a good place to use our 5. Let's do it. 5 cryo. I was hoping maybe we would get a ship mine fragment by working here, but maybe if we fill this up, we can. So I have a 4 and a 2. I know where I'm gonna use the 2. I'm not sure about 4. I wonder if I can use 4 somewhere here as well. This takes 2 and 3. 1 and 3. 2 and 3. 1 and 3. 4 and 2, okay. Let's use the 4 here. And 1 and 3. So now we have a Solheim data as well, which Deliver. Okay then. I don't know what to do with these, but I guess they're gonna come in handy later. Now we spend another day. We have 4 days left for hunted. We have 3 ones. First we do this. Sleeper, Memphis calls out to you, a booming voice that echoes through the corridor. Tell me a story. He throws a handful of chopped mushrooms into his work, the fire leaping up to meet the oil. I see you, cycle in, cycle out, but we never speak. Tell me a story. What kind? Any kind. He pauses to drizzle something from a plastic bottle into the wok. But one of yours? He looks up at you. Nothing stolen. You pause, the spices reach in your nostrils, and think about the kind of story you'd like to tell Memphis. You look at Memphis, the listener, and imagine he has heard it all before. Perhaps he would enjoy a strange story, something with some spice. Tell him about your dreams. All the sleepers, you tell Memphis, had dreams. Some were simple, memories left from the emulation process that had become tangled up in their minds and would come out when they slept. It wasn't rare to hear a sleeper in the dorm scream or cry out in the night. But your dreams, those grey skeletal after images of systems and structures, of threads and patterns, weren't like the others. They weren't memories or nightmares, they were reflections of reality. Distorted, yes, but somehow true. You learned back then to keep quiet about them, to let them flow through your mind like water. That was until now, until you arrived in this place. Now your dreams colonize your waking life. They slip behind your eyelids with every blink. And now you understand they aren't dreams at all, but some process of interfacing, of speaking, of living in another world that flows through this one like smoke through air. You tell him that you do not know if there is a reason for your dreams. Perhaps you reason it is just some side effects or particular quality of the frame you inhabit. But whatever it is, it's a gift, and you hope to make use of it. Memphis finishes cooking and squints a little at you. Sleeper, he smiles. You are quite the storyteller. He eyes you, and you realize that he's trying to gauge how honest you have been in your story. Memphis passes you the meal he has cooked, and you take it gratefully. Oh, I should have done this later. Now we've wasted a chance for a free meal. Well, that is why a first playthrough or a sneak peek is useful, is good for an actual playthrough. Now we can do this optimally in our actual playthrough, if I remember. Thank you, Sleeper. He looks around at the emptying market. But my time is done for today and I don't want to keep you any longer, so I will make a proposal. He gestures to the plastic boxes. You want? I think I might, honestly. He gestures to the plastic boxes of ingredients stacked behind his stall. These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story that made me think a couple of cycles ago. They said that across the gap, in the green way, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard this? No. Neither had I, but I trust the one who told me. Memphis begins packing up his things. Can you bring me some? I cannot cross the gap, and I worry about leaving my things behind. He smiles. And I am sure a storyteller like you could handle the trip. I will prepare them for you, and if you wish to tell it, be the audience for another story. Agreed. Good, booms Memphis. Then I will wait for you to bring them. Memphis sighs his walk away and straightens up. I will prepare a recipe then, Sleeper. Good luck with your foraging. You turn away and walk back into the main market. The rich taste of Memphis's food still lingering in your mouth. Strays for food, you think? A trade that seems more than fair. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think I would do it as part of a Tuesday, Wednesday stream. I think we would go with whatever ending we had. Unless we royally screw up early in the game, I probably wouldn't restart. I don't know, maybe I will though. Game is short enough. If we skip the dialogues, like we could get to this place in 10 minutes if we didn't read the dialogues, I think. So I think we need to save up 150 and cross the gap to get those mushrooms. I think I'm gonna spend a lot of these dice on these. So this needs a 2 or 3. 1 or 3. So we got 2 Solheim data now. As you enter the bay, Fang is nowhere to be seen. The banks of servers and machines blink out of the dark in staccato rhythms, unseeing eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Shitheads, Fang's voice echoes from behind the stack, followed by the hammer of a fist on a metal casing. These snaky shitheads. Who is snaky? Sleeper! Fang's smiling head pops out from behind the stack. Just the emulated consciousness I have been eager to see. Come back here. You pick your way between the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundles of cables that blanket the dark floor. Fang is sat in front of a set of monitors mounted to a stack. Tell me, Slipper, what do you see here? Fang waves at the monitor to his side, glowing with pale lists of information. You lean in closer, looking for the links in the data. The tables seem to be filled with personal information, names, genders, dates, ID numbers, all the markers of institutional records. Shitheads? Fang laughs. Maybe not all of them, but what kind of shitheads? Solheim. Bingo, he taps at the terminal. I pulled these from the old data you brought in. All employees of the Eye's original owners, and... He leans past you and scrolls the list down. This is the snaky shithead. He stabs at the screen with a finger. The name reads Harden Hurst. Who is Harden? That, says Fang, giving you a sideways look, is the thing. He drags a stool out beside him and motions for you to sit. There just so happens to be a Hardenhurst in Havenage. Havenage? Who knows these things sometimes? Let's say Havenage. He waits for your reaction. Are you sure? Well, that's where you might be able to help me. Fang leans back in his chair. Just think about it. Decades ago, Harden worked on the station as a... Fang leans across to look at the monitor. Senior Strategic Operations Executive. Fang raises his eyebrows at you. It's Haven. Yes, that's probably Haven. But is it Haven Age or Havenage? Who knows? Our Harden was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profits. Havenage. Hey, very welcome.
Dissection time.
Yeah, we have made some decisions. We are going to remove this from critical.
Dost thou feel it? The spark of the divine within thee.
And we are going to play it within a couple of months, probably. We are going to restart outside of critical hits. Hey, Prophet, welcome. Or should I say Skynet? Vera, you probably should boost. I will end soon. I'm gonna end early today. What builds? We started as an operator. I put 2 points in engineering and engineering +1.
Veru
We are
Memo
still
just
very early.
boosted Daggerfall. Veru Memo just boosted Risen. Veru Memo just boosted Wiz 6.
Our Harden was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out were hooked into a system that outsourced all the risk and kept the profits. Good old Harden shuttled thousands of Palladium Rush workers into an infrastructure which meant that their cut of the work they did went straight back into Solheim. How do you know this? I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I am a child of the collapse. Fang turns back to his screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships, they breathed Solheim air, and slept in Solheim beds. Feng's voice rises as he speaks. He sends fists on the terminal edge. And the work that paid for that existence? The cycles of hard extraction out in the belt? Solheim took their cut. This was a company town, so to speak, and my parents were just another in the long line of freelance contractors willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty, I suppose. Or not Skynet, you have a console with it in the brain occasionally. Maybe it will become one day, might upload other things. Maybe Prophet. Looks like the head of the man's school is going to try and find a proper role for you starting next year. You've gotten confirmation that keep you on for the rest of the year. Okay, that's good. What does it mean, proper role? Is your role improper right now? This guy, stabbing at Harden once again with his finger, strategized all that, did the sums, and then somehow thousands and thousands of cycles later is still going. Still here, crawling in the walls like some shit at snake. He survived the revolution. Music is too loud? You don't have enough. Ah, okay, I see. I see what you mean. That's good. More money. Less time to game, stream, and watch streams. Still good. I'm happy for you, Varen. But how? These guys, they were big time. There's a lot of money can get you. There's a lot money can get you if you're a company man. There's no off here. I'm making it up. Fang relaxes a little. But how is Harden still kicking? I really don't know. He turns to you and smiles, so we are going to find out. Harden is now a big shot at the shipments. In the shipments, just a few degrees back around the eye from here. Fang brings up a map of the lower eye. Havenage might be born out of Erlin's revolutionary zeal, but a flat hierarchy it is not. Harden happened to float to the top. Fang zooms in on the far yards. Fang grimaces. The thing is, I don't have access to those systems. The shipyard crew is pretty paranoid and they don't like anyone from systems digging around in their stuff. Plus, we need more than just the name of a Solheim executive. We need proof. Fang holds up his thumbnail-sized drive. That's where this little creation of mine comes in. I call it a ripper worm. He turns the drive between his fingers. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out a silken thread of filtered data. This one is set on the scent of Hardenhurst. He hands it over. Getting into the compound might be tricky. Fang puts a hand on your shoulder. But you, however, have a particular knack for remote access. Fang grins. If you can extract yourself a Heavenage cipher from a Heavenage agent, they sometimes carry them among their data caches. You can crack open the compound's network and slot the worm in through any open port. You never even need to go near the shipyards. So what do you say? You up for it? Yes. What's in it for me? Rooting out the corrupt snake not enough? Find the information, I'll start work on that tracker of yours. Fang scratches at the chin. Anything the worm gets, it'll send it back here to me. There's something wrong here and I aim to get to the rooting core of it. You leave Fang digging through data among the wires and machines of the old station. As you walk out, you try to imagine the eye as it once was, a vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by people like Hard. A vast Solheim-built machine into which thousands poured from the surrogate systems looking for a new life. The hope for a better future, engineered to line someone else's pockets, it's an idea you are intimately familiar with. You think of Harden, still alive, still part of this place, and wonder if the past is ever truly past. Okay, so what is that now? Hack a Heavenage agent to get a cipher. We have 2 more ones, which we should be able to use. It's a keynote. This is 2 and 3. 2 and 3 again. Oh, that's so unlucky. That's really unlucky. Well, I can grab this one. Although it's not immediately useful. A glimmer in the dark catches your eye as the orb of the hunter head appears in the distance. It's looking for you. Hide. You slip down into the ghostly structures of the eye, feeling like passing through a cloud as their data structures deform and reform around you. Another glimmer catches your eye, closer now, that rolling orb, wreathed in tentacles. It flickers, jumps once, twice, and then it is here. Hunter is here. Hunter reminds me of the Sorrow in Numenera. It's sort of reminiscent, don't you think? Entity. Submit to inquiry. Hunter reaches for you in that unpleasantly familiar way, its waving threads creating a cage. Struggle. You push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzied as you push them aside. You are caught by whipping tendrils and feel them pulling you away from the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Comes the scream from behind, but you're already gliding away, back to your anchor, your body. You awake, dizzy, distorted, but safe. Hey farmer, welcome in. How are you doing today? So I cannot use my 1 or 4 here. I can use my 1 here, let's do it. But I cannot use my 4. Okay, we can find a risky job, risky engineering job. Not danger, but risky. Should do the trick. But it's gotta be engineering.
You may rest assured you will never lay eyes upon the crown again.
Okay, this one is good. Lock maintenance. Really? Why is it not? Come on, give me 50% positive, please. Okay, we got a neutral. It's okay. So tomorrow we are gonna have 4 dice. Two days at 5 and 2 days at 4. It's something like that. We got a 6 and a 5 and a 3 and a 4. Like we can use the 3 on that final Heavenage agents. So now we have all the Heavenage datas, right? That's Yatagan. Or Yatagan. And these are keynotes. Oh, there's another here. What is this? 2 and 3. Oh, I'm not getting this today. Oh wait, I have the cipher. Reaper Worm. Hunter is getting close. Thanks, program is installed, but it'll take a few cycles. Okay, so oh wow, so this is gonna take 3 cycles, and this is gonna take 3 cycles. Did we screw it up? Well, I guess we'll see. Maybe we won't even see. I don't know if I'll play 3 more cycles. Now let's find some good places to use our 6 and 5. I wish I knew how to get a 3rd shipmite fragment. It might be at the shipyard. If I assist the shipbuilder. You try to hit that 3 there. Okay, yeah, we'll probably do that. I mean, maybe the last thing we do. Plus 2 yard hands. Let's get the... Oh, it's -1, so it becomes 5. I'm gonna keep using this. %50 chance to get +2, chat. Will we get lucky again? Yes, we did it. Let's see what this will end up. Work run those. From the walkway, the sidereal horizon looks impossibly vast. A landscape of plating and frames. All along her flanks, torches flicker. Drones maneuver, arc lights glint. The sense of scale of industry is both stunning and strangely unsettling. It's not as lucky as the 25% we got earlier, but still good luck. She's quite beautiful, I think. You turn to see a figure a little way down the walkway, leaning at the railing. He is thin, ragged, his work gear poorly fitting and loose. The torches of the sidereal horizon flicker in his eyes as he turns to you. Lamb, he leans back from the rail, revealing a child standing beside him, staring out at the ship. And this is Mina, he adds with a smile. Hi, Mina. She stares and tucks herself behind Lamb, who dutifully picks her up. She's a little slow to trust, aren't you, Mina? She buries her face in the folds of his overalls. Mina looks out from Lamb's chest, a dark brown eye twinkling among the rough material. You working on her, then? Lamb asks eagerly, gesturing the vast ship, or just admiring? He shifts Mina's way to his other arm. Working? Me too, me too. He flashes a heavenage pass. I knew it just to look at you. I mean, he stumbles a little over his words, not wanting to be misunderstood. I mean, you look like a worker. She's Mina's and my ticket out of this place, our escape vector, so to speak. How? You haven't heard? Anyone who takes a heavenage contract on the sidereal horizon will be entered into a draw for the transit support crew. He smiles. You won't get to sleep the journey, though. But a couple of decades of service will be nothing for me and Mina if it means landfall on New World. He winks. Decades? Transit support? Someone needs to stay awake to keep the thing running. He straightens up, stretching his back. That's a colony ship, friend. The Sealess Foundation is sending thousands to settle a system well outside the reach of the core worlds. It'll be a totally independent colony. No surrogacy, no corporations. Why is it here? Why build it here, you mean? He grins. Don't ask me. I know as much as Mina about that. He ruffles Mina's hair thoughtfully. I suppose many of the corporations weren't too happy about breaking with the idea of surrogacy, setting up somewhere without it feeding back to the core. Maybe Silly's got locked out of the corporate shipyards and had to go begging for somewhere to set up, homeless, just like Mina and me. Mina responds by pushing his hand away. Daddy, she whispers, food. Pulling an exaggerated grumpy face, she glances furtively at you as she plays with a set of dog tags that hang from Lamb's neck. I'm just chatting a little, Meanie. Give Daddy a sec. He turns back to you, and you suddenly notice how tired he looks. I'm not on the Heavenage crew yet, but I'll work my way in. You can do it too, friends. We have to stick together. He smiles a little shakily, and you wonder how long he's been working to break into the official shipyard crew. I'm working on it. He looks at the sidereal horizon as if trying to pull energy from those flickering torches from the vast hall. You gotta hold out, okay? You aren't quite sure if he's talking to you. That's how it works. While he stares out, Mina catches your eyes curiously. Do you agree, Mina? She straightens up and meets your eye. Daddy loves me, she says it stubbornly, daring you to question her. Lem smiles and lifts Mina. That's it, we hold on. He smiles sheepishly at you. We are just a couple of softies, isn't that right, Mina? He sets her down, standing by his side, and she clings to his leg. Gotta go feed this one. He pats her back. Maybe see you on a shift, huh? He turns and they walk down the walkway, away from the shipyard. You see them talking, and then a moment later, Mina turns around and stops. See you, robot. Her shout echoes down the walkway and she flashes you a parting smile before running to catch up with Lem. You watch them a little before you turn back to impossible scale of the sidereal horizon and tick it out. You got a new drive. Hack the shipyard, slot the reprover. We did that, we need to wait 3 days for that, so what is new? Win a sidereal tickets. Work your way into a shipyard crew. I think I'm gonna buy a stabilizer just so that we complete this drive. So this is a safe engineer job. This is a safe interface job. We can use our 5s with this. Junior Sec Welder's Mate. I guess we need to choose one and work on it though, not both. Oh! No, I need 3 of these, but I can track the Atagan here. Okay, I hope they wouldn't be useful for anything else. I used them all too late. So this will take 3 cycles. Let's go get... As you quickly leave the surgery, eager to be away from Toshiro's glare, you notice something wrapped around the stabilizer while clutched tightly in your hand. You open your hand and in the thin film, marked with holes and sigils, unrolls from around the vial. At one end it has a hard metal strip, a handle. Inspect the handle. The metal handle is worn and pitted, but you can see a set of numbers imprinted into it. 207-F, and then crudely scratched into the handle at some later date, low end. Inspect the film. You hold the cloudy film up to the light. It's perforated with an ornate pattern of holes. You can make out a word among the markings, passkey. It's an entry key for somewhere. You don't remember 100%, but it's entirely possible there are better uses for them than just selling them. Yeah. Gives you a skill point for finishing the buy. Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter for this playthrough. We are gonna restart anyway. For a moment, you consider going back to the surgery to return the key, then quickly think better of it. Did Sabine want you to have this? Or is Toshiro passing on a message? Time to head to the low end and find out. You got an upgrade point. I'm gonna get into it. Next point, we are gonna get +1 to into it. So if I track this, will it show me where I might be able to get another of these shipmine fragments? I think it only shows me where to put them in. The orb fabricator. Oh no! These are also marked. Salvage sortie. Okay, so tomorrow we may have something here, possibly. Let's do this now. You find the entrance to the apartment is passkey symbol obscured beneath layers of graffiti. Who lives here? The lock clunks open, the metal door swinging inward into the dark. As you push the door open, the automatic lights flicker on inside the apartment. They reveal the yellowing plastic panels, the curved shape of a wall-mounted utility units, the detritus of a routine life arranged on every surface. You step inside, clicking the door shut behind. The amber light of the aging fixtures glaze everything with pale orange. The work surfaces hold a variety of objects, indistinct in the dull lighting. A pale blue light drifts from a doorway at the end of the room. Inspect the surfaces. Smudges through the thin layer of dust suggest a recent, rare and hurried visit. They trace a path to the water dispenser, the auto wash, then to a cabinet still half open. On the shelf sits an empty pill case. Go to the doorway. You cross the cramped utility room with its auto wash dispenser's water closet towards the doorway. Through the doorway is a dark, warm room, lit only by the faint glow of a terminal screen. Inspect the room. A bunk is tucked into the wall, the blankets ruffled. A wall desk glitters with its rows of vials and containers. A briefcase lab sits open loaded with rows of reagents and compounds you do not recognize. In comparison, this room is clean, ordered, controlled. Approach the terminal. As you approach, there is this crackle from somewhere in the dark. Sleeper. Sabine's voice shakily echoes through the apartment. Welcome to my home. I'm sorry I can't be there. I have had to make alternate arrangements. You hear rattling noises, static. I was able to record this message, but I don't dare to show my face. Something is happening within Yatagan. Yatagan. I no longer trust them. Their voice becomes distant, slipping behind the background noise. I have something to ask of you. I want you to get me out. Yatagan were supposed to hide me, to protect me. After everything happened, I was desperate, and then after that, I was too tired to care. A noise like waves passes over the recording, but I'm done with them now. I want out. Screw that. But I need insurance, something I can... Oh no, we could have given Yatagan information to Sabine, maybe. Something I can hold against them. I have my suspicions, but I can't be sure. I need information, and as you know, you need me. A pause, something clicking in the dark. This isn't a threat. You have to understand my position here. Another pause. I know sleepers. I've been here before. I can help you, but not with the tag and snooze around my neck. Get me data. Get me information. Too late. I just sold it for measly 20 cryos. Get me something that I can use against Itagan. Then I can get out and you can get what you need, please. There's a static cut into Sabine's voice. Bring it here to my terminal. I'll get to it when I can. You look around the tiny room and try to imagine Sabine living here, working at the desk, sleeping in the bunk, blinking into the terminal in the dark. The recording cuts to static, filling the room with its white hiss, then silence. You sit in front of the humming terminal and hit a few keys. Sabine has left an access port open, but the rest is encrypted, locked away behind passcodes. It seems Sabine might not trust you as much as they want you to think. Who does Sabine need to hide from, and what debt do they owe to Yatagan? You try to assemble the pieces, but too many are missing. The only thing you know is that without stabilizer, your body will die. You glance at the briefcase lab on the desk. Its glassware glinting in the dark. You turn away and leave, the door clanking shut behind you. Back in the corridor, you notice the scrawled graffiti of a blade on the opposite wall. Yatagan. You feel yourself being drawn into something you don't quite understand. Oh, just one! Wait, no, 3. Oh, man. So basically by selling them, I locked myself out of this drive, I think. There's one more. Just one more. Hey, it's good to know for the real playthrough, but... yeah, that confirms... There's another one here, actually. There are 2, we may get 2. Can we get 3? No, I think it's too late in this trial playthrough.
You are too late.
Yeah, I'm too late to save the child. We got a 6 and a 5. Let's get food first. Now we need to save up 150. Shipmite fragments. Now this is new. Ooh. It needs engage. We can buy shipmite fragment for 60. So that's what we need to do, which means we need to make money. We can make money and work towards the shipyard missions at the same time. I think I'm gonna do this with maybe all of them. Let's start with the low ones. Positive, very nice. Neutral, Alright, let's go buy that. Also, there's something here I should check it as well. Salvage sorting. Takes several cycles to reach. Okay, that's gonna happen later. But I think I buy it. I buy it and craft it. Shipmind is built and we got the upgrade points. I get +1 into it. So this is never gonna work. Into its second effects. This one? Yeah, I looked at that. But it requires 2 points. I think I would get +1 on everything before I go. Before I go +2 on anything. So where do we spend the 6? I think I'm gonna spend it... Actually no, let's spend it somewhere else. Like... I can sell components for money. I can play the exchange for money. I'd like to become a low-ender as well. Energy. This might give me plus energy, interestingly enough. Let's get low-ender status, I think. What was this? Or maybe I... Let's work on this. Okay, let's skip today now. You got a 5 and a 4, 1 and a 2. Let's get food first. You're out of money. I know where to use the 4. And the 5, actually. Enjoy your food there. Each shift, a crowd of would-be workers gathers outside the shipyard, each of them clinging to a 4-digit number printed on the receipt paper. These are their assignment numbers, and you are either called for a shift or you aren't. As you arrive, the crowd is restless and chatter rumbles through the lines. For those who, like you, have graduated to the work teams, shifts are guaranteed. Having just walked out of a meeting with a supervisor where you were praised for your efforts, you feel the glow of a job well done. Yet you can't help but feel empathy for those huddled as you pass, waiting for their number to come up. You keep your head down as you leave the shipyard, feeling a little guilty as you do. Hey, Slipper, wait up! Lamb's voice trembles as he shouts about the rumble of the crowd, and you turn to see him pushing through, Mina crying in his arms. Lamb! Good to see you, friend. He's breathing hard after shouldering through the waiting workers. You made the work team, good for you. He tries to catch his breath, stroking Mina's hair as he does. Shh, baby, give me a second here. He smiles weakly at you as he comforts her. Her cries start to fade. Out of the crowd, he sets Mina down by his side, shiny streaks down both of her cheeks. As he does, you see he's clutching an assignment number on a crumpled piece of paper. Is Mina okay? She's good, we just had to rush up here. He puts his hand on her shoulder and she clings to his side. Esther, who usually takes her, is sick. He stretches. I don't know what. A noise sounds from the entrance, a klaxon, followed by a list of numbers glowing brightly on a display screen. The crowd responds instantly, pushing and pulling as people try to wait to the entry checkpoint. Lamb stops and turns back towards the crowd, then glances down at the crumpled paper. That's my number. Mina. He starts patting the pockets of his gear and glancing around. Go, I'll wash it. He blinks a little, staring. Thank you, He crouches to Mina. You're gonna stay with our friend here, okay? They're going to keep you safe and... He stands back up. Here, take her back. He shoves it into your hands. She's got food, she's got shit, I have to go. He backs away into the crowd. Mina, I'll be back real soon, okay? Be good. Then Lem disappears into the roiling crowd, who are now trying to get into the shipyard before it locks down. Mina stands staring, suddenly small without Lem at her side. She fixes you with a dark-eyed look you can't quite read. Hey, Mina. She holds the steer unmoving. 2 parallel tear tracks still glint on her cheeks. You okay, Mina? She sniffs and looks down. Look in the bag. You unlatch the top of the bag to see a few metal containers, fashioned from scrap components. A battered slate sits on top, blinking a low battery warning, and tucked beside it is a ragged rabbit and so on. Take the rabbit. You pull the rabbit out of the bag, its long limbs wraggling as you do. Mina goes to jump and grab it, but holds herself back. She stands and hugs herself, eyes on the rabbit. Give her the rabbit. You hold the rabbit out and Mina snatches it from your hands. She hugs it tightly without looking away from you. Bun Bun, she says, staring you down, ferocious despite her size. Hi, Bun Bun. You move a little closer as you speak, closing the gap. He doesn't speak, she says. She looks at you suspiciously, but her face softens a little. She waggles Bun Bun in front of you, then walks him up your arm and onto your shoulder where he sits. She pokes your arm a couple of times. Are you really a robot? Sort of. Yeah, she thinks. Me too. Mina has more questions, lots of questions. Questions about how you breathe or if you rust. But before long, you are talking about rabbits and what Esther, the lady who usually takes her smells like, and whether or not fairies live in the ice heating pipes. You pass the time like this, sitting side by side onto the floor of the walkway as others pass by, sometimes talking, sometimes drawing on the slate, sometimes playing with Bun Bun the rabbit. And this is how Lamb finds you, just as both of you are starting to yawn. He's dirty and tired, but Mina leaps up his leg and into his arms as he stumbles backwards. Yeah, exactly, Thor, exactly. You two get on okay? He asks, trying to keep Mina from climbing onto his shoulders. More than okay. Mina shoots you a smile from Lamb's arms, her suspicion gone. Well, looks like Minnie can be nice. He pokes her in the ribs and she squeals in delight. Thank you, friend, I mean it. He gives you a warm white smile. I owe you. Look, he glances around. It seems like Esther. He glances around. It seems like Esther, the lady who usually watches her, is going to be out for a spell. If you ever have some time, I'd really appreciate you coming down to our place in the lowlands. He grins sheepishly. If you have time. But now I have to take this one to eat. He plays at biting Mina, and she giggles in response. See you, sleeper. He waves and they stumble off down the corridor, drawing gazes from passing spacers as Mina's laughter echoes down the corridor in bright squeals. Okay. That's a lot of reading today. Plum work. You got ones and twos. I should probably do some hacking with that. Get the keynotes done. This is 2 and a 3. Let's go. Wait. Oh, maybe more Yatagans will show up later. Who knows? Maybe if I do these 2, more will show up and I'll be able to complete the quest. That is a 1 and a 3 as well. It's 1 and a 3 as well. It seems I only have the Cavendish. Let's get this one. Encrypted key. Okay, so this is the last time we are resting, I think. Let's see what happens. Yatan. I guessed. I wasn't sure. Yatagan. I wasn't sure if it was the Turkish word or if it was... Actually, I don't even know what it means. It's Old Turkish. I'm not sure what it means.
Don't forget to drink water.
Thank you, Jer. Is it some sort? Yeah, I thought it was some sort of a weapon. I wasn't sure though. Let's just say Yatagan then. I'm not sure if it's that, but I thought it is those curved and how to explain, like weirdly shaped curved swords with outcrops from inside. Oh, you're right. It does look like a, well, dagger. This is a straight sword, but maybe I am wrong about the type of sword Yatagan is anyway. Hold it there, sleeper, comes a voice from behind you. Don't you run. Stay still. Good, a hand pats your coat down. You know your master's voice. Ethan spins you around. He is wearing a white smirk and a slick jacket, and you immediately know his terrible news. You got all the way out here and then stayed put. He laughs a cruel laugh. Let a sleeper think you are my first. You barely hear him. You notice the handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it's hard to take your eyes off it. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring out from a belt loop without taking his eyes off you. Taking it to the eye though, that's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pull most of my contracts out of asteroid caves or of God's forsaken moons. Atagan. He splits the ring into 2 perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization when there's so much space to pass through. Who are you? Just a freelancer on a contract. He reaches over to slide the rings around your wrists. Go easy. Let him. Good, you got the idea, he grins. It's over. Ethan nudges you to start walking. To the ship and home, he whistles, going easy. You stumble down the corridor, your hands behind you, your mind racing. Please stop. Don't debase yourself by begging, please. Ethan, well, if saying please is begging, then you just begged me to stop begging. That's weird, but okay. Ethan pulls a sharpshooter's earplug out, then pops it back in. Consider these deaf ears. Real long kukri with a recurve and thicker mid-end blade. Okay. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame to come all the way out here just to head back to SNRP right away. That tracker of yours makes this too quick. I was hoping you'd put a bit more of a chase, you know? A running battle through the bright market maybe, or a holdout in the low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I asked around. You walked on in silence for a little longer, desperately trying to think of a way to escape. That SNRP tracker will be the death of you. Yeah, I have an idea. Ethan interrupts your thoughts. How about on my way back to the ship we can stop for a drink? I'm buying. He laughs at his own joke. I have a better idea. Welcome, Major. This better not be one of those where you do a dramatic pause and try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that.
I am not a slave.
Although, muses Ethan, I've got myself thinking, what's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate systems and we are heading for the exit. He pauses and you trudge on in silence. Okay, here's the idea, says Ethan. You and me, we will make a little agreement. Here are the terms. He turns you to face. You run or leave or try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You pull out or scheme, you try to kill me, I shoot you. But you come meet me at an establishment of my choice every few cycles and you pay my tab, I don't shoot you. He pauses. You don't pay my tab, he rattles his handgun, you get the idea. I get it. Okay then, that sounds to me like a deal. He stretches. You know, I really thought I was going to have to kill you, but this is so much better. He clicks something at his belt and the rings release from your wrists. I'm going to see if I can find my old stool at Compressor's Club. Come see me there. That's really weird, how it turned out to be. So it's like a money sink every few days. We have to make money every few days. Even more money now. Until we get rid of the tracker at least. Welcome, Mafna. Happy Monday. Hope you're well today. Ethan turns and strides off down the corridor, slipping his handgun away. The mix of relief and terror you feel is overwhelming. What are you going to do? Okay, chat. I'm going to stop. I'm sorry for the short stream. My headache is getting worse, and I don't want to get farther in the story. We are going to, as I said, remove this from Critical Hits. I'm going to take care of that sometime today. Along with Citizen Sleeper 2, I'm going to remove both from Critical Hits. We are going to make Citizen Sleeper a Tuesday, Wednesday stream in a couple of months at some point when I can set it up. And we are going to restart. We are going to start a fresh stream. Yeah, me as well, Thor. I thought it might be game over if we don't do certain things before. But that certain things seemed to take a good amount of time. Like, we didn't waste any time doing that, and we still almost matched it. At least this point in that mission, in that trial. But yeah, I think it's gonna be better when we restart. We are going to do better for sure. Play time and money more optimally. I did enjoy it. Thank you so much for gifting this to me and picking it as a Monday stream. Too much reading. It's a bit tiring. That's maybe the only problem. In terms of streaming, of course. But other than that, it looks like a great story, great game, a lot of fun. That's true. Okay then, let's leave. Whew. I know who to raid. We're gonna raid Nancy. She's playing Enshrouded with community. I'd like to join their game as well. If I feel better, you know, maybe you will see me playing on there as well. I'm not sure if I can today. I feel pretty tired. And but even if I don't join, you know, Nancy's playing with Josephson and probably others. It should be a lot of fun. So let's go there. Say hi. Have some fun there over there. And yeah, thank you everybody for sharing some of your day with me today. I will probably be back tomorrow to start Lost Horizon. Depending on how I feel, I may decide to rest before the marathon and just take the streams off either tomorrow or tomorrow and Wednesday. But I more than likely will stream normally. So hope to see you then. And until then, take care of yourselves and be well. And goodbye for now.